Who in their right mind would think that that was a good idea?
It's the Gundam. It's the Gundam. It's the Gundam. It's the shut up, dude. Shut up. Okay.
Hello, everybody.
We're back with the RX-78-2 EX Standard.
SD version. Brand new.
Well, it was brand new when we made this video. What are the key differences of this new SD Gunpla? It's the sculpt is obviously modelled on some recent gashapons. Yes, gashapons. So this is a proper model kit form.
The V fins are smaller, not as long as the arms or something.
Yeah, the arms are longer. The proportion is he's got much longer legs, still stumpy legs, but longer legs than you would have before. On some SD Gundam,
and
you just have the feet.
And they can move a bit more.
So if you're into lots of articulation, I haven't had an SD RX-78-2 that could chicken head. And the shoulders, they have the hinge swing. There's a big polycap there that can swing out of his chest.
If you like action and stuff like that, we recommend this.
Yeah, if you like posing your Gundams, look at that range of elbow motion.
All the way back.
A lot more than some previous SDs, and also the wrists as well.
Recommended.
Ball joints.
Recommended for action.
The waist as well. Legs. His skirts are all moulded outwards, so he's obviously designed to have a very wide stance to accommodate that. The front skirts even have a little tilt as well.
Everything moves.
Yes, much more than it would before. I don't like that. See how he can tiptoe? There's this huge gap. It doesn't look very natural.
But no one would really want to do that.
Probably not. And I do like that there's a separate ankle armour hinge. We've never had that before in an RX-78-2. But it's also very odd that there's a back guard rather than just a front guard for his ankles. So yeah, it's all polycap joints. Yeah, bad things about this. The beam saber handles are all moulded in grey into the backpack. You can't remove them or pose them. There's huge hollow gaps in the backs of his calf muscles there. This gap here, I've noticed that you can stick his beam rifle for storage here. Like that.
Or maybe they can.
Oh, don't get me started with the beam rifle. It's wafer thin. Rubbish. The handle sits really far back. It doesn't look quite right. And this peg's jutting out the side of it. It's supposed to help on playability, so you can post them the size of his arms or something like that. But even these ports, he's got them on both his arms. They don't look very good, do they? It's jutting out like they do here. And these cheap looking posts don't help. And there's gaps which you'd have to fill in. And the soles of his feet, you can see what they're trying to do here. I'll get the old one.
Like a booster or something?
Yes. Well, that's what it's meant to look like. Two boosters on the soles of his feet, and what have you got here? It just looks awful, ugly. These hollow gaps there.
And I thought of something. Maybe we can like take off some joints off the old one and then put them on the new one or something.
Well, even the heel here around the back, you wouldn't expect that to be hollow right there, but it is. So if you don't like hollow parts, probably you shouldn't get this. Oh, and the shield, oh my goodness. All this reinforcement here looks ugly. It looks so thin as well. All these posts and holes and things are for so that you can
but not really for the like.
You can hook everything together.
Backwards.
I mean, I don't quite mind the bayonet for the beam rifle.
Pew!
But they expect you to do stuff like this as a weapon.
It looks more like a beam gun rifle shield.
It looks rubbish, if you ask me. That's my
It looks more like a
quite frank opinion. And there's even in the manual, it's suggesting that you do this. Put the V-fin on the side of his beam rifle. Who in their right mind would think that that was a good idea? Not me.
If you think it's good, Please tell us in the comments
Serving
below.
suggestions. Rubbish. This is what's missing. Yellow. Where's the yellow plastic? Doesn't he have yellow vents on his chest, on his, around his neck,
Told
on
you
the
it was
pockets,
colourless.
on his shorts? Yes, very much so.
Pretty basic.
If you look on the box art, this one that's fully painted up. It does look okay. So I'd get the putty out and your masking tape, paint him up, and he will look quite fine. But for 600 yen, you can buy one of the older SD Gundams, which have, look at the thickness of this rifle. This isn't one of the older from the 200, which is a better beam rifle. The old one's way better, and it has it's supposed to tilt the scope to one side a little bit. Can't expect that with the new beam rifle. It's just
It's a bit longer.
flat piece of plastic.
The
old ones are much better. Old shield.
More detailed.
You can have it higher or lower, so he can hold it in his hand. There's a little post there to stick in his backpack. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 separate plastic components of this shield. Even has some thickness to it. It's going to protect your Gundam from a few attacks, isn't it? But this,
Just one hit from my gun could go right through it.
and the old one, you get a bazooka, which you don't for this. So the new one is more expensive, and you get less, much less. If this was the sculpt that you got today, which it is, and you also had separate plastic parts, more part separation, all the part separation of the old one, then that would be the ideal situation. But that's not what they did, which is sad, really. Well, you can mount any consolation to you. Yeah. I'd expect more, not less. Sculpt is good, posability is good, colour separation awful. So there you have it. More to come, I suppose. They're going to be releasing more SD Gundams of this vein that they can probably swap out the arms and legs with other ones, so you can customise them more. So that seems to be the trend that Bandai's moving towards. Alright, that's all we have for you today. Now we've already looked at the instructions. I've had enough of this thing. Bye!
Bye!
Yeah, even the side vents? Let's have a look at what we got for the old one. Cutouts. Cutouts. This is what we want. And the yellow plastic that's missing from this one.